Hello everybody, today we're going to be taking a look at SCP-743, Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. No one may enter SCP-743's containment area except for scheduled D-Class personnel. Any activity that must be performed within the containment area must be performed remotely by robot. SCP-743 is to be kept in a Level 4 carbide steel secure container, no less than 5 centimeters thick. This container will itself be kept in a Level 4 secure room, with enhanced hard metal lining. A full array of redundant sensors within the computer will remain trained on SCP-743. Another array of sensors will watch the container for any signs of breach. Video, audio, and data feeds from all arrays will pass to a control room manned at all times by at least 2 personnel. Any abnormal or aggressive activity by SCP-743 must immediately be reported to Level 4 staff. Housing for 24 D-Class personnel. Designating Housing Unit 743 must be set up adjacent to SCP-743's containment area. At the first of each month, D-Class personnel who are scheduled to be terminated must instead be moved into Housing Unit 743, enough to fill the housing to capacity. If at any time fewer than 8 D-Class personnel are residing, at least 16 D-Class personnel are to immediately be transferred into it. In case of containment breach, all D-Class personnel housed in Housing Unit 743 are to be immediately exposed to SCP-743. Keter-class recontainment protocols apply. Every 2 days, 1 D-Class personnel currently assigned to Housing Unit 743 is to be locked alive in SCP-743's containment room with several plates of food, at which time SCP-743's container will be remotely unlocked and opened. The D-Class personnel may eat as much as desired of the available food, including the liquid from SCP-743. Under no circumstances is this D-Class personnel to be allowed to exit SCP-743's containment area. SCP-743 may not be transported without O5 approval except under emergency protocols. When transported, SCP-743 must be accompanied by no fewer than 8 Level 4 security personnel and no fewer than 8 D-Class personnel from the housing unit. As of redacted, SCP-743 is kept in Containment Annex Delta at Armed Containment Area 2. Description: SCP-743 is a stainless steel chocolate fountain. On the base of SCP-743 is a laser-etched logo for Sephra, a company that specializes in producing chocolate fountains. SCP-743 usually appears to be in pristine condition, immaculately clean, well-polished, and completely undamaged. SCP-743 can be disassembled into its component parts: the base, auger, cylinder, tiers, and crown. But standard examination of the individual components do not reveal any unusual traits. When assembled, SCP-743 exhibits several different behaviors. 1. Resting. Displays no apparent activity. 2. Flowing. Appears to operate like a standard chocolate fountain. A heated chocolate-flavored dark brown liquid flows from inside the crown, down over the tiers and into the base. This liquid smells and tastes like high-quality dark chocolate, and in fact its aroma is quite enticing, but does not appear to be compelling. Subjects who consume significant quantities of the liquid typically experience a feeling of warmth and euphoria. Chemical analysis shows this liquid contains many substances found in dark chocolate, though with higher concentrations of many nutrients, particularly sugar and amino acids. The flow of liquid is not affected by the presence or absence of fountain, chocolate, or anything else in its base. Feeding. At semi-irregular intervals, when organic material is available nearby, a stream of small brown ant-like entities start pouring out of the crown of SCP-743. These ants, which can number in the millions, swarm over available animal, plant, and fungal material, cut small pieces off these materials with their pincers, and carry the chunks back into its base. SCP-743 seems to prefer consuming live humans, particularly those who have consumed SCP-743's liquid, but will also consume live animals, dead humans and animals, plants, fungi, and even some processed animal and plant material, like leather, cotton, clothing, and paper. These ants have been known to travel more than redacted kilometers, round trip, bringing a carcass piece by piece back to SCP-743. Hunting. If sufficient organic material is not readily available to SCP-743, different types of entities start to emerge from the crown. Many of these entities resemble known insects and spiders, but a large number resemble no known species or other animal. These things, which are always the same color as the liquid, are usually specialized for a particular task. Types of these that have been observed include small winged insectoids used for scouting, observation, and reconnaissance, insectoids that can bore through most materials including steel and titanium, although individuals can each only bore out small amounts of the hardest substances before expiring. A seemingly endless stream of insectoids from SCP-743 will eventually bore clear through. Larger, more aggressive insectoids and arachnoids used to hunt down prey in a manner similar to instances of SCP-2031. Again, individually they are nothing more than a nuisance, but SCP-743 has been known to produce swarms of insects numbering in the billions, more than enough to data expunged. Maintaining. SCP-743 has been known to use insectoids to clean and polish itself, repair dents, scratches, holes, and nicks, and even put itself together when disassembled. SCP-743 doesn't need to be turned on to start flowing, but it can change the positions of its controls by itself. Although the insectoids that emerge from SCP-743 are significantly stronger than their normal counterparts, they are not significantly tougher. Stopping an individual one with a heavy boot will usually be sufficient to kill it, at which time it will fall apart into a drop or puddle of the liquid and quickly evaporate, its enticing aroma still lingering. However, insectoids from SCP-743 are almost never encountered alone. It is not yet known how the insectoids communicate with each other, or even if they are individual consciousnesses or part of a collective mind. It is also not yet known who or what controls them, if anything, where the organic matter taken into SCP-743's base goes, how SCP-743 can produce a seemingly endless supply of liquid and insectoids, or where all that liquid comes from. SCP-743 does not appear to be invulnerable. However, it is both highly resistant to damage and will employ its army as an active defense system. It is theorized that SCP-743 can be destroyed using data expunged. However, due to the apparent extradimensional characteristics of SCP-743, coupled with its inherent resistance to damage, no termination testing can be performed on SCP-743 without O5 authorization. Note: due to the nature of SCP-743, it is difficult to study the source of its abilities. No one can get close to it without risking being eaten, or instruments don't last longer than a few minutes before being shredded by the bugs. Probes sent into 743 can't see anything but brown, and the liquid evaporates so quickly. Most of what we know, it comes from analysis of its gaseous phase. What we do know is that 743 is dangerous. We have yet to see any limit to the amount of stuff that it can pour out. I firmly believe that 743 could breach containment if it seriously tried. That said, 743 seems to behave itself as long as it gets a steady stream of live people to eat. Thus, I propose that some D-Class personnel that will be terminated anyway be fed to 743. Kill two birds with one stone. Dr. Lambert. Proposal: Death by Chocolate, approved by O5, redacted.